All right, everybody. Welcome back to Welcome to Earth. We have King Jack Jim Joe sitting with us. How are you doing? He's starting a club for men with insecurities, and we are about to introduce a world traveler, our second guest, a world traveler. So before we do that, though, I do want to check in with our engineer, Josh, because he did some research for us and was not able to reveal on the last segment, and I'd like him to do it now. He looked up what was at porn.com. Is it a real website? And if so, what was there?
It was a real website. It was porn.
Okay. All right.
They're rebranding to X.com also, though. Elon Musk is buying as many websites
calling
as he
them
can,
all X.
calling them all X.com. And just so that there's major confusion going on and nobody knows where
I think he adds an X every time. Like a new company is going to be XX, then the next one is XXX, and that's the porn website.
Actually, that does make sense.
The XXX.com already is a website. It's about a movie. It's a movie. Yeah. Movie website.
Porn? A porn movie?
No.
Why would you make that assumption?
Well, because XXX is usually shorthand for pornography.
It's literally a movie series. A State of the Union, XXX.
I remember the XXX first movie. Yes. Yeah. Yes, I do. Well, anyway, let's get to our second guest. So, Billy Smart, would you please open our pantry of guests and let out Mulgrave, a world explorer? How you doing, Mulgrave?
Yeah, have a seat here. You can take Zach's seat. Yep.
How you guys doing?
Oh, Mulgrave, it's happy to be back with you here right now.
I'm also happy to be back. It's good to see you again.
It's great. Last time you were on, you drugged me pretty heavily. That was a serious thing that happened.
Well, I remember I offered you some of my butterflies that I discovered when I was traveling in South Korea.
Yeah, you did. I want to point out
I'm saying it was. I wasn't doing it against your will. You wanted to take these butterflies.
Well, you offered, and then I got really, really high, and then the interview got worse. And I don't want to blame. I don't want to say that was your fault, but it wasn't my fault.
It's absolutely. If you can't hold your own against some butterflies, I feel like you should know that. You should have just abstained.
I think I can hold myself against. All right, listen. We're gonna get it further in your interview, and I'll introduce further about you. But
that we're not gonna stagnate.
I do want to ask, how many butterflies do you think you can take at once
without going kooky?
Well, I mean, this is a physical fight. Like, how on average you think you could take?
How many butterflies can I fight?
Yes,
I don't think there's an upper limit.
You don't think there's a limit?
I think I can.
600 butterflies.
Absolutely.
Attacking you.
Is there a time limit? But
there is
I don't think that there's a whole lot that butterflies can do on the attack.
You got 45 seconds to beat 600 butterflies in a fight. How many are you taking down?
See, I think that may, with the time constraint, I may not be able to finish them all off in time. It's just not enough time. It's like, how many cakes can you cook in 45 seconds? I don't know. It's too short a time.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. I'll take that point. I'll give you a weapon of choice, though.
All right, my fists. I choose my own.
Choose your fist.
I'll smash their little bodies against the wall.
Okay, well, I'm not giving you a wall. That's not. That was. Not
I guess I'm nowhere near a structure of any kind.
No, this is a field. You're open field.
Oh,
you're meeting them in their.
I guess I have to clap them between my hands.
Is his weapon of choice Sweetwater?
I don't know. You'd have to ask him.
I will lure them toward me with Sweetwater.
I think I
clap them.
You might catch me too. I like sugary things, and so you might find. Don't clap me in your hand.
The thing is, I'm gonna be in the zone. When I'm killing butterflies, I get into a zone, and I can't really tell butterfly from moth from human.
Oh, this wasn't like a.
I'll end up killing anything that gets between my hands.
Have you? Oh. Are you like murderous in a way or no?
No, I mean, if I'm not in my trance, my butterfly trance, I would never harm a fly.
Oh, okay.
But when I'm in my butterfly trance, I'm going to kill anything that gets between my hands. I'll wring their necks. I'll smack them.
Okay.
I'll insult them to their faces.
This was a hypothetical, but I'm realizing that you actually get into a butterfly trance. And
I do get into a butterfly. Okay, I've not killed 600 in one sitting before, at least as I can remember. Not yet.
Okay, that's fair.
But my work has taken me far afield from butterflies.
Where have you been? Yeah, since we last spoke, you've been on some adventures?
I've been on many adventures. I've visited 2 more corners of the world.
Oh, okay, right. And so I said I would catch everybody else up. Josh is gesturing at 5 corners on the planet. if it's a cube, it's going to be 8 corners. I don't know where you're getting 5 from. Are you pointing at? Oh, okay.
I don't know. He's not associated with me.
Well, the details got muddled last time you were on because
I gave you the God's honest truth.
There was a few different truths that happened. Is what I want to point out because the Earth was flat and it was a cube, and I know you were traveling to
It's flat on one side, is what I meant. I never meant that the entire is literally 2-dimensional. That's silly.
Okay. Well, don't call me silly.
I would never call you silly.
You're the silly one.
I'm not silly. What about me leads you to believe that I, Mulgrave, am silly?
It's the look of your face, King. But
look, just because you say king doesn't mean that it's a compliment.
I don't know. I was listening to the last segment, and there was a lot of compliments being tossed around, and I'm kind of picking up on that. That's all right.
You think that just putting appending king to an insult makes it a compliment?
I'm speaking for Zach when I say that.
Is that? Oh, well, I don't understand your ways over here.
It's not about me. I'm so sorry. Listen, we'll bring it back.
Right, you're making this about you. Don't take any amount of the spotlight off of me.
Okay. All right. Listen. No, listen. The podcast is going through an era where I'll take a step back and I'll let you take the light here. Okay.
All right. So there I was. Mount Fuji, 1984. I was walking straight to the top. I looked around me. I saw a bunch of the goddamned natives of Mount Fuji. They were just walking around me and telling me that I could never do it. I could never dig to the center of Mount Fuji.
All right, hold on.
What? You're taking the spotlight off me again. I'm on a flow.
Well, no, consider the spotlight still on you. I'm just poking my head into the light here.
But it's blocking it from my eyes.
You were walking to the top.
I was walking to the top of Mount Fuji.
And the natives are telling you...
So I could dig down to the center.
Okay, that's the only clarification I wanted to make because... Okay, so you're going to the top to dig down to the center?
I wanted to... it was my damn dream to dig to the center of Mount Fuji with my excavation team.
Oh, so this is an archaeology dig you're going on? What's the purpose of the dig?
Well, my excavation team are doing it for all the wrong reasons. They want to dig up ancient dinosaur fossils for science or some such shit.
That seems appropriate.
And I'm doing it for the pure reasons, just to dig to the center of Mount Fuji. I want to find the god flesh.
Right.
Because as we all know, the planet is really built on top of the back of an ancient god. And I want to dig down and find his flesh, dig deep within him and let out his oil.
So this wasn't all right. Listen, this is the part that I got confused on last time you were on because you were on drugs. And are you sober as we speak now?
I don't know.
Okay, so you're not sober as we speak now, which is fine. When you describe this god flesh...
Hang on, let me see how many butterflies I've got in my pocket. I started with 20. How many do I have?
That's at least 25. So you've gained a couple. I can't tell.
I can't account for that. I don't know how it happened. I'm not going to try justifying it.
You might have lost a few and then gained twice as many. I don't know. I really, yeah. So, we'll just assume you're in a mid-level.
I don't know if I'm
now.
high based on that information.
What are you going to do with the oil when you find it? Is this a prospecting dream of yours to make some money off of the oil? Or are you... We didn't clear... Is it blood, the oil that you're seeking?
Oil, yeah. The stuff that all of our cars run on. We all think it comes from dinosaur bones just because it happens.
Not all of us.
All of us think it comes from dinosaur bones because it happens to spring out when we find dinosaur bones because that's where the deep flesh is.
It doesn't spring out when we find the bones.
It does. We only ever find oil right next when excavation teams are trying to find dinosaur fossils. Oil happens to spring out right next to them because that's the deepest part of the earth.
Scientifically, well, I don't know. You're not necessarily a man of science. I understand that because I think...
Science is often blind to the real truth of the situation. You know, they're always thinking, oh, look at these bones. I wonder what era they came from. Precambrian. Who gives a shit?
That's a good
There's
point.
a fucking God resting under the crust of the earth. Let's mine him for his blood and make fucking cool rad-ass machines out of it. We couldn't make cars run without the blood of a dying God. That's so much cooler than, ooh, what era do these bones come from? I wonder what subspecies it might have. Who gives a shit, man? That's not rad.
Your mocking tone sounds so much like your regular tone. I couldn't tell quite where you're going back and forth between the two of those.
I think everybody from context knows that I'm being, making them diminutive. Like scientists are stupid bozos who are just trying to find meaningless data. Let's make rad machines, dude.
Seems like you're kind of insecure about that sort of stuff.
I think it's the scientists that are insecure. They keep trying to prove something to one another. Think of Oppenheimer. He was just trying to prove to his girlfriend that he could make cool-ass, rad-ass explosions.
I mean, listen, if I could make cool ass.
Wait,
badass
who's talking?
explosions,
Is this Roberto or is this the other dude?
Well, usually when my mouth is opening, so I don't know. You're very high right now. This is Roberto speaking.
I don't know how to determine that based on these butterflies.
You're at 30 butterflies. What is happening?
Where are these butterflies
keep bringing
coming from?
more out of your pocket.
I don't know how it's happening, man.
You should be a magician. It feels like sometimes you just kind of you'll.
I'm doing accidental sleight of hand.
Accidental sleight of hand is a very cool type of sleight of hand.
It's not bad, is it? Maybe
it's so sleight of hand that you don't notice it's
That's
happening.
right. I'm so good at magician, I'm fooling myself.
All right. Well, listen. I don't know whether to ask more questions about the God flesh or not.
Do it, man. I'm all ears and I'm all mouth. I'll tell you everything you want to know.
And you'll hear?
I'm going to hear your question and then speak the answer. I'm no nose, though. I don't smell it.
Oh, okay.
Smelling is not part of the situation.
But I actually I think smell is a very important part of our senses because it kind of tells you who you can trust and who you can't. You know, it's like, oh, he smelled kind of funny, like that type of thing. So you're having a conversation.
It's never been part of my equation when determining whether or not to trust somebody.
Well, I think that's why maybe you don't trust scientists so much, as you're not smelling them. Usually they kind of take care of themselves more, and you smell that you can trust them a little bit more. Like you smell a little bit off, in my opinion, and so I can't really tell what to trust about you.
What do I smell like in your mind?
Well, let me get close. Closer.
I'm not moving, man.
No, get closer to me.
There's a microphone thing in my way.
Well, move it out of the way. This is more important. You smell less. Do you know what like wood chippings smell like? Oh, you don't know what wood chippings smell like. Well, they smell like the chippings. You smell like dirt. So not like wood chippings.
Right.
It's like relative to that, you smell like dirt.
All right.
Which is not a bad thing. You've probably been doing a lot of digging.
I smell earthy, man.
It's not
I'm digging through the earth constantly. I take that as a badge of honor. I smell like dirt. I'm going to get a shirt that says that.
You smell
Mulgrave smells like dirt.
I kind of like that, actually.
I'm the dirt doctor.
Well, the dirt doctor
That's what they call me. All the excavationists call me the dirt doctor. I'm fine that I smell like dirt. I don't know if you thought that was an insult, King, but I smell like dirt. I'm happy about it.
I do feel better now when you said king.
That's
I was about to clap back, but you kind of...
Can't clap back to that. I gave you a compliment, King.
You kind of win me over there. All right.
Yeah.
Well, you do smell like dirt, King. But I'll say this. So you think the excavationists on your team are doing it for the wrong reasons.
That's right.
Because
dorky-ass scientist reasons. There's no... who gives a shit? Like, what scientific discovery are we going to have that's going to be radder than making a goddamn Ferrari rev its engine down the strip?
Oh, you're done.
And like, what about the goddamn...
I don't know. So
Red Bull car? outstripping everything else on the F1 circuit.
Wait, and you're...
What's fucking radder than Perseus or whatever the goddamn hell his name is? So good at driving the the fucking car.
You've made it a lot about cars all of a sudden. Wait,
what's radder than the fastest car you can imagine?
What's radder than...
What's more rad than that, dude?
I don't know. And to be honest, you're winning me over on this because listen, I don't know what is radder than that.
I don't either.
But
I've been thinking about it for years. I've been racking my brain.
You don't know either.
I'm trying, man. If I didn't have to dig down to the bottom of a goddamn mountain to help out the most rad cause possible, I would. I'd do something else with my life. But that's the most rad thing I can think of.
Wait, but you aren't. So wait, we can have that. That does happen.
What? Name it.
No. Hold on, King. You're not. You aren't. We already have cars that do that.
Thanks to me and people like me.
Well, but those are coming from the oil that springs out next to the dinosaur bones.
That's right, 100% of it. And if it weren't for people like me, all the stupid scientist nerds are going to be like, oh, bones, I'm not going to dig any deeper. It takes a real courage man like me to dig even deeper than the bones to the blood.
That's right. So the blood of the god flesh is you. What I'm getting confused about. So it's not oil.
I'm all ears, man.
It's and a little bit mouth.
I'm all mouth as well. Once they're done talking.
Yeah. What I'm confused about is the god flesh that you're talking about.
Yeah.
Just the same oil as what already powers the cars, and if that's true. Have you done it yet? It's not thanks to you. It just seems like you are trying to get a better reason to dig for oil than people are already doing because you want cars to go fast because you think that's cool. Where's the inspiration? Is it you want cars to go fast or do you want cars to go faster? And what does that have to do with the god flesh?
I just support the cause that is going to be the most fucking rad.
Okay.
Right? That happens to be automobiles, dude. And
you're just a car guy.
didn't invent automobiles. I didn't find the first spout of God blood. I just support the cause. Like, there are other people like me that have been finding God blood since the early days, dude.
Okay. No, we're on the same page now. It's every time you mention the god flesh or the blood, I get confused on what you mean.
Cars are fueled by God blood.
Right. So I'm just, from now on, I'm going to translate that into just regular crude oil because...
If you want to put it into a sciencey term,
there's no proof.
Fine. That's not up to me to tell you how to speak.
Okay, yeah.
You're just it's just...
No,
it's lame.
Up until this point, I haven't really understood you quite well.
Right.
And I think it's the sleight of hand magic is throwing me off on like what I can trust. But so you just dig for oil to make cars go fast because that's cool, which is rad. That's a good thing to have.
It's super rad. But also, I also find the best oil because I don't dig in the most obvious places like stupid. Like, there are people that dig for it in like Texas.
That's where you find it.
You'll find some of it, but it's crude oil. I find the rad oil.
Oh.
And that's at the base of mountains.
Yeah.
You have to dig all the way from the center to find the most rad oil.
What if it's a volcano have you ever accidentally dug into a volcano?
I believe Mount Fuji is a volcano. Yeah. Inactive at the moment, I think. But it's a volcano.
Is an inactive volcano not just a mountain?
No, because it has the potential to reawaken.
Oh, just
a normal mountain, like the Misty Mountains.
Not real, fictional.
Those can never explode.
Because they're fictional.
But they're also mountains.
Well, they're actually just words on paper.
And they
which can't explode. You are right about. I don't want to get
They
confused.
can't explode. What are we even arguing about?
No, but you're right about one thing.
I
and
feel
wrong
like you
about
just
the other.
like to argue and be in support of goddamn nerdy ass scientists.
Well, they have my parents. They
The scientists have your parents.
Yeah. When I was born, they were like, "Ooh, can we do tests on him?" And my parents said, "No, you can take us." And so my parents have their experiments are being done on them.
Experiments.
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 This sounds like a joke you're telling.
No.
And the punchline keeps getting a little weirder.
It gets a little longer every time. My experiments. I don't like when you mock me, all right, King? But I think...
Well, you called me king. I guess I can't clap back.
You can't clap back now.
Shit.
We're on the same side.
Now we are.
Yeah.
Fuck. King.
King.
All right.
All right, listen. It's time to rest it. We're feeling good.
You're using all these like improv terms like resting it and stuff like that.
No, I needed to take a quick nap. If that's
that was
okay.
a micro nap, man.
Yeah.
All right. So anyway, when I was up there with the goddamn natives of Mount Fuji in 1984, they were all of them were like, "Don't do it, man. You're gonna reawaken Mount Fuji." And I was like, what would be more rad than marking the occasion with the literal explosion of Earth? Nothing would be better than that.
That's where I want to stop you. You're trying to blow the planet up? You'd like that.
I mean,
we won't have Ferraris anymore if you blow the planet up.
I mean, not in that area. But the people that will be escaping will be the ones in Ferraris.
The billionaires who are getting
because they can go fast. Everybody on foot, the scientists on their bicycles, they're not going to get away.
You're right. Scientists do ride bikes, and
they do.
I that's where I have a gripe with them. They could definitely invent better travel, but they just want to look.
They
cool.
choose not to.
Why do you think they choose not to?
Because they've got the weak mind.
Well, they have very good minds.
But they're weak of little kids, little kids they've got the brightness of their future in their eyes and stuff, but you can still kick them and they're not like, they're going to just fall apart.
Much like children, you could just kick scientists.
I mean, scientists are weak. You can literally hold them back with one hand. Just put your hand on their head. They're going to be flailing around. And I'm just going to be sitting here like, dude, if you were just slightly more rad, 10% more rad, you'd be able to fight back.
I wonder if Mulgrave has ever met Daniel Crackhorn.
Who the hell is that?
I'm not sure.
I know I've never met Daniel Crackhorn.
Briefly remind me.
The marine biologist, seal.
Oh, yes. Okay, so we actually do have a scientist on call for the podcast. We have two options here because I like that one. The option is it would be kind of interesting for you to have to talk to a scientist and like to see, who kind of comes out. It's like an epic rap battles of history type moment, but you're a whack job talking to a scientist.
Whack job? What the?
No, King.
Oh, okay, all right.
But the ulterior is you could teach me how to be rad. And I kind of want to be radder than I am. And so, we could do like...
Wait, how did you do in science class? Back in school.
I did fine, but it was only because I was cheating off of the person next to me.
Oh, okay. That's rad, dude.
That's cool. All right.
Hit me with the bones. There you go.
Nice. Not dinosaur bones.
I mean, as long as you dig deeper, I don't care.
We can dig deeper. Well, let's dig deep. Let's dig deep right now. Let's do Mulgrave. Besides cars, top 3 raddest things.
All right. Top 3 on my rad list. Ferrari. Private.
No, wait. Besides cars. Are you talking about the person Ferrari?
No. Ferrari. He was cool too, though. He started it.
He started the whole cool thing.
He started fucking rad ass cars.
Yeah.
Cars existed beforehand, probably, but not in the cool rad way. So I'm gonna give you my top 3 rad things.
Please.
Ferrari. Private jets.
Okay. Oh, private and jets are 2 separate things?
No.
You're just thinking.
Private. I'm still thinking. I've never had to give a list of top. I'm struggling because there's so many other cool things that I could put for number 3.
Okay. I'll give you a 2.5 and a 3. Kind of top 4, but...
I'm fighting over like 20 different things. That's not going to help.
Choose 2.
Yeah, no, I feel like The space shuttle. Even though it was related to sciencey things.
I mean, all three of those
the goddamn fossil fuels, as people know, like the god blood needed to get it up in the air. Yeah, it's so rad. It's the raddest thing scientists ever did.
So you like fast things, or you just like things that take this god blood to be powered?
Anything that uses the god blood and causes literal explosions to propel us forward. There's just nothing in my mind that can be radder than that.
What about what do you think of solar energy?
That is the most boring, non-rad bit of energy I can think of.
This is where you're wrong, Mulgrave. The sun is the biggest explosion in our solar system. It is a million billion explosions happening at once.
But the things we do with it are fucking boring, dude.
I power my dishwasher.
So what? Wash your dishes with jet engine fuel. It'll go 50 times faster, I promise.
Wouldn't I just like melt through all of them?
Of course you would. Fucking rad as shit. The dishwasher will literally blow your dishes apart.
That's pretty cool.
It's rad as shit.
Okay, you're winning me over here. Okay. What else can I use jet fuel for?
You can use it to wash your clothes. You can use it to pretty much purify anything.
And that just it means blowing it up.
Honestly, people should use it in their sinks. You can wash your hands with jet fuel.
Okay, that's true. And honestly, I would never have to wash my hands again, would I too?
No.
Like, that's a good answer. So you are a terrorist. Is what I'm kind of getting at. You want to blow up Mount Fuji and use that oil to blow up other stuff?
Yeah, well, yeah. If you put it, yeah. It's a really apt description. I'm glad you were able to put it in such pithy terms.
You don't have a problem with me calling you a terrorist?
Well, it's an incidental terrorism. I don't want to cause terror, man.
Just like your sleight of hand is kind of an accident.
I'm doing it unintentionally. I just want to do the raddest things possible.
So not
and
terrorist, but a raddest?
If that strikes terror into weak-minded scientist types, these are just incidental things. I don't care.
Okay, so you don't care about what people think about you, which is a pretty cool thing to do. But I will say you're gonna make a lot of enemies. You're gonna make a lot of enemies blowing stuff up like this. PETA, they don't want you.
I'll blow up PETA.
I don't think PETA is a thing. I think PETA is a mindset. I think like are you PETA up here type thing?
All right, I'll tell you what my next quest is gonna be.
You call these quests?
I call them quests.
I don't think somebody's gone on a quest in 200 years.
I've been alive for a long time. I do.
You're not that old.
30?
Yeah. Oh, okay. That's pretty old. Never mind.
30. Yeah. Am I 31 at this point? I think I turned 31.
I certainly
recently.
hope not.
I've only got 1 year left.
Last time you were on, yes, you told us that you're going to end your life.
People die at 32. Like right at the end of the 32nd year.
Some people do. Yeah.
I don't think I've ever heard of someone making it past the year 32.
Specifically, people who wash their clothes with jet fuel die at 32.
I mean, that's fair.
People that live twice as rad live half as long.
I don't want to burst your bubble here, but Jesus Christ lived until he was 33.
Well, he was a special case.
Josh, look up how old Jesus was when he died.
He wasn't as rad, though. He didn't live a super rad lifestyle.
Are you kidding me?
No.
Dude,
lying in the sand of Nazareth. I think that Jesus was not as cool as I am, and many of my rad compatriots.
Show me your hands, like
I've got tattoos all over them.
You do have tattoos.
One tattoo for every time I found God flesh.
Well, that's a grocery list. I see that there's a grocery list on your hand.
Some of them are functional.
Yeah, okay. For one occasion, or is that just like
this is a repeat list? I usually get the same items.
You put eggs twice on the list.
2 different types of eggs. One organic, range free.
Yeah.
Range free.
I
don't want them to have any range.
Yeah.
I want them locked up.
They have one good thing they're good at.
That's right.
What's the other
No
type of
GMOs, but I want them locked away.
Well, what's the other type of egg?
I want goose eggs.
Oh. But you just wrote egg twice.
I mean, I know what the second one
You know
means.
what okay.
It's my list.
So what's the point
of
of the functional tattoo if you still have to remind yourself
Everyone
what it means?
needs... No, I know what it... Once I see it on my hand, I know what it means. But everyone
like,
needs a
goose
little
egg.
reminder.
What's the goose egg for?
Eating.
Oh.
I just eat eggs.
The first type of egg, then, are you using to... you like when you throw them and they explode?
I'm not a cook, man. I've got a private chef that follows me around.
So why do you have a grocery list on your hand?
Because I don't have a private shopper. I still have to buy the ingredients.
I see. Okay, no, I understand. You're a down-to-earth guy.
I'm a down-to-earth guy with a private cook.
Yeah.
And I go to every corner of the earth searching for God flesh.
I mean...
just a normal down-to-earth dude.
You're so down-to-earth, you're within it. You're within the earth.
I will sometimes go to the depths of the earth.
Have you found oil? Have you found this God blood yet?
Several times. I told you I get every tattoo I ever find some.
Well, you say they're covered in tattoos. I see kind of one big tattoo.
Well, it's made up of many different components. I've found it like so many times.
Oh, okay, see, you're gonna run out of space on your hands.
So anyway, my next quest. I didn't get to that. My next
do you want
quest.
to get? We can keep.
No.
Okay.
Oh, my next quest is going to be. We're moving past it, by the way. Oh, my next quest is going to be finding every member of PETA and setting them on fire wherever they stand. Do they have a headquarters? I'm going to find out, and I'm going to set that on fire too.
Why?
I don't remember. We were talking about...
Just wrote it down to remind yourself?
No, we were talking about PETA a minute ago.
Yeah. I was talking about the type of bread.
Oh, because they're terrorized by one of the things I do. And I'm going to terrorize them even harder.
Okay.
Because it's rad.
It's rad to be mean to people.
No,
and by mean, I mean setting them on fire. It's pretty mean.
Set them on. Yeah, it's pretty mean, isn't it?
I mean, as long as you agree, yeah, it's a mean thing to like.
Yeah, it's pretty mean.
You don't just come back from that and you're like, that was nice. Like you usually are like, oh no, I'm dying. You know? Have you ever been set on fire?
I mean, no, I've been party to many explosions, but I myself have not exploded yet.
We could change that. I feel like you should know what it's like.
I think on my 33rd birthday, I'm gonna sit in the center of a volcano and I'm gonna activate it. I'm gonna tickle its larynx so it sneezes.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. You might have to ask a scientist where the volcano larynx is.
I'm not asking a scientist shit.
How are you going to find the volcano larynx if you do not?
I have delved into the earth more than any one scientist ever has. I know how to make a volcano sneeze, dude. Right?
I think people like sneezing. Were you here when I was talking about this?
No, I wasn't here for that.
I don't say.
Are you going to say it all over again to me?
No. I'm just going to say something different because I don't really remember the point I made earlier. I was just going to say volcano sneezing. It feels like it's not a sneeze because it's a bad thing that happens.
Not for the volcano. It's a release of pressure.
That's fair. That's totally fair.
Hey guys. I think it's about time. Yeah, it's pretty good. I came from the corner. So I think it's about time we wrap up the segment.
Sure.
But it's been really good to have you on, Mulgrave. You're a strange dude. And I think that nobody's really learned anything from your appearance here. King. But you've been very interesting. Well, you know what? I'm not an educational guy. Like I said, I hate scientists and any form of education. I think you should just live your life as rad as possible and then die. All right? That's all I think.
32.
Whenever, man. If you make it to 33, kill yourself. But if not, you might die young. But that's rad, dude.
I like that a lot. Listen, you're so concise.
I don't know. He's advocating like dying young. This seems like irresponsible things to put out on the airwaves. We might have young listeners listening.
Mean, he's already, we have actively accepted he is a terrorist and sometimes an accidental one.
Yeah, but we don't have to endorse his message.
I kind of want to, though. I feel like we don't support our guests as much and I want to like support them more often.
Okay, so you go ahead.
I think he does good stuff. I'm speaking for you when I say that.
That's right.
Yeah.
Thank you for telling me what I think. And King, and I don't know how this works anymore. So thank you, everybody around me. We're going to take a quick break, and when we return, we're going to have some more King Jack Jim Joe, King Mulgrave, and we'll be introducing potentially another king who is a pickup artist. So stick with us. We'll be right back with more Welcome to Earth.